I was just overlooking the St George's Tower, which is being constructed on the edge of the River Thames, and just suddenly caught a flash, and then saw the helicopter just plunge straight to the ground, and then it exploded, and of course you can imagine the smoke that came out of it.
Paul, this is an area of London that's quite used to helicopters. It's not far from Battersea Heliport, is it?
Well, I imagine, but I'm only speculating, like your previous chap on that it was probably heading to the heliport, and this tower, which is one of the tallest residential towers built in London, was in its path, and I presume that in this misty morning, either the lights weren't on or it didn't see the lights, and it clipped the edge of the crane, which is now dangling down the side of the building, and that caused it to lose control and head to the ground.
Did you see which part of the helicopter clipped the crane?
One of the feet things, I think, that clipped it.
And what you saw after that, the helicopter just fell to the ground and then exploded?
Then it completely exploded, and as the previous chap was saying, it fell on the Wandsworth Road, which is very close to the mainline commuter train going into Waterloo. But the trains, as far as I can still see, are still running. But there's mayhem now with traffic all being... the services got here very, very quickly, I must say, and have been dealing with it since.
Well, we were talking about the rush-hour period of the morning. We're talking about a very busy part of London. Did you see any indication that someone might have been hurt on the ground?
Did I see any what? Sorry?
Was there any sign that anybody may have been hurt on the ground?
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, fortunately, it didn't seem to have hit. There's a very big Sainsbury's, and of course there are a lot of residential and a lot of businesses around this area, and quite a few tall buildings. But it managed to avoid, I think, most of those. But again, you will probably find that in due course.
Paul, I don't know if you know your helicopters, but in terms of the size of the helicopter, I mean, we're looking at the pictures coming in now of a lot of flames, a huge pall of smoke. How big a helicopter was it? Could you tell?
It looked like not a huge passenger helicopter, like one of those two-seaters that ferries people around. I don't know if it was a military operational one or if it was just something going in and out of the heliport for commercial reasons.
And, Paul, people are tuning in as they hear this news. Can you just explain once again exactly what it was you saw and what drew your attention to what you saw?
Well, I just looked up because my office is overlooking that new construction of the tower block, and I'm on the 10th floor, so I had a view of it. The helicopter, something caught my eye, which was the spark. The helicopter then just exploded and plummeted straight to the ground in the smoke.
And Paul, as you look out now, what's happening at the moment?
Well, I'm on ground level now. I'm looking at Sainsbury's where all the traffic is being diverted, and a lot of people have been probably disembarked from their buses and having to find other ways into their destinations.
Paul, were you at home or in the office at the time?
I was just in my office.
And in terms of helicopters flying over London, as I was saying earlier, you see a lot of them. They're supposed to stick to the river route through London, and this would appear to have been doing that. This is just by the river.
It was on the river route, yes, indeed. But this is where they're building. There's a huge swathe of new construction going along this part of the river in Vauxhall, all alongside the south of the Thames. And the building that it clipped is just being almost finished off, and it's a 41 or 2-storey residential building as part of a development by Vauxhall Bridge.
Now, a number of ambulances, fire appliances on their way. What's happening at the moment?
Here.
They're here.
Well, every emergency service is here, and they've closed off the street, so nobody can get any further. But the smoke has died down, and I presume they're just involved in whatever rescue operations they need to be involved in.